So today, episode 13 of the Beavers franchise, full offseason. That's the whole episode. Signings, possibly a trade. I'm going to see if there's anybody on the trade block during the offseason. There might be. And then just kind of seeing if maybe we could pick up like a reliever or a pitcher. That's going to be probably my main target. And then we'll kind of talk about my whole process of what I want to do this offseason. And then you're going to see what I'm going to do this offseason. So I hope you enjoy it. Thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And in the comment section, give me a grade for this offseason. What do you think I did? How do you think I did, I should say? And then of course give me a little reasoning of why you gave me that grade. I want to see what you guys think. So we've looked at the awards and everything. Let's get into the offseason. There are a couple things that I need to do as we head into the Edwin Encarnacion retired. Okay, so there's one name. Cano retires. There's probably a couple others. Miggy and Cano end up being in the Hall of Fame. I do need to rebrand the team. I need to put Beavers on the front for the home and Portland on the away. So let me do that, and then we'll talk about contracts and all that stuff. All right, with that done now, let's talk about this team. So Cobb, Kluber, and Dickerson I think are out. I just feel like we could do with spending the money elsewhere. Lorenzen I'm not too sure about. McCarthy was super cheap option, 1.25 mil. I'm in on that. Like as I could have just showed you his stats to like talk about it. I'm in. Like I feel like he was really good for us in the bullpen. He was super reliable. Let's bring him back. Armacillo, let's bring him back as well. It's super cheap. You know what? He's a good platoon outfielder to have. Like he'll get the job done, right? Lorenzen, I'm not 100% sure there's going to be better options in the bullpen this year that are available in free agency, I should say. So let's at least bring him back $2 million. If he does poorly, we just send him down to AAA. He stays there for the rest of the year, or we release him, right? $2 million in the grand scheme of things, not that much. And if he doesn't accept it, then we just go in a different direction. And yeah, I think that's it as we head into the offseason. So let me sort out the 40 man, because there's a couple guys that we gotta get rid of now. Andrew Knapp, he's gone. Sky Bolt, I'm not 100% sold on. Honestly, there's like no real reason to keep him, but like there's no real reason to let him go right now. Chichi Gonzalez, I'd rather just try to find somebody else. And anybody else? I think that's it for now. So that should drop us down to what, 33? Okay, so let's add Hogan Harris. We'll add him to the 40 man. I don't think those other guys will be taken, so I think we're gonna be okay and they'll stick with the team. Arbitration, I'm gonna offer it to everybody here. Might as well. I think everybody is going to be part of the squad that is up for arbitration as we move through it really quickly. And that way you guys can kind of see, this is literally what I just do. I just offer them whatever is here. Andujar gets it. Alex Young gets it. And then Gonzalez and Knapp won't, but we'll give it to Estevez as well, or Estevez as well. Contracts though, I won't show you these because this is going to take forever. But normally what I do is I just go here. He wants $2 million for about $660. Got a deal. Bobby Dahlbeck wants 5 years, huh? What about, let's go 3. Let's go 4. Let's go 4, and he wants about $1 million, so that sounds good. Kyle Wright, probably around the same thing. Let's go 4 as well. And he's looking for about $2 million, so let's give him $2 million. Zach Thompson, we'll offer that to him. Honeywell, yeah, that's 5. 5 is fine. Morihone, deal. And then Eshelman, he wants 5. I'm gonna go 3 club option, and I'm gonna drop this one down. He's looking for about $1.5 million. I'll give him 2. So that's kind of what I do with contracts. Kind of figure out where or how long I want to keep them, and just offer them the deal. And then guys who are prospects, I just give them the prospect contract. Mickey Moniak, I'm only gonna give 1 year. McCann can stick around as a backup catcher, and that's kind of what I do. So let me get through the rest. Let's see how much money we have to play with, and let's figure out what we're going to do in free agency. All right, so all contracts have been offered. The only ones that didn't were like deep potential players, so they're not going to be coming back. We're just going to look to replace them with some sort of prospect or something. So looking at the team, I definitely think we need at least one veteran starter, maybe someone that's also kind of like in the 28 plus, but I'd like to get someone at least in the 30s, someone kind of like the Kluber, the Cobb that we had this year, and then maybe someone like a Lucchesi or Eshelman, just to kind of compete with the other guys in the rotation. I do feel like we got to start working in, like maybe give Hogan Harris an outing or two, get Honeywell in, Thompson, Morihone, but at the same time we're trying to compete. So like if they're not ready, or they're not gonna do well, I should say, then there's no reason to use them. That's really what it comes down to, and then maybe we end up trading them. Bullpen, I definitely would like to bring in somebody. Birdie wasn't great. Michel Baez struggled in AAA. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Ruiz, Bachelor. So we'll have to see what becomes available. McCarthy does need to be called up. But when we look at it, like our bullpen definitely has some openings that need to be sorted out. Morihone, I'd like to give him a shot or two, but I think his hits per 9 are a little bit low. Same thing with his walks per 9, but who knows? Maybe he sits in AAA for like half a season, and then all of a sudden he's really good, ready to go come like the trade deadline or something, and then he's one of our best pitchers. It could be that case, but again, I think bringing in someone to maybe be like a 2-3, and then maybe someone maybe like right towards the bottom half. I don't know. I feel like maybe 2 starters for sure, just to kind of compete with everybody that's in the mix. I just want a lot of competition in the team. That's really what I'm looking for. Competition and depth, just in case we do get a crazy string of injuries, and that way we don't have to like rush and like start scrambling because we don't have any good pitchers. So, and I also think we need bullpen for sure. So that's an area that I think is going to be the main focus of this offseason. That's where I'm getting at. Catcher, I would like to try to see if we could find someone like in their low 20s with C potential, just to kind of at least have somebody in. But again, I think these two as platoons are fine. First base, it's not a major priority, but if I can find someone that's a little bit of an upgrade on Seth Brown, I'm definitely going to do it. Second base is a big question mark now. This is the big question mark. We've got Guillorme, right? We've got Lassiter, we've got Aguilar, and I've looked at these two and I'm looking at him going, he's really good hitting wise. The fielding, not great. The speed, not fantastic. All right, it's actually pretty good. 71 speed is pretty good. But I'm looking at this going, man, this guy could really be good for us. Same thing with Aguilar. Like good fielding, not as good hitting wise, so he definitely has some time to develop. But, Lassiter really reminds me of Saunders. I'm looking at Saunders going 62-80 for contact. Let's look at what Lassiter has, 65-79. Like, they're really close in comparison. The vision and the discipline's really close too. So like now I'm thinking at it going, we've also got Volpe. Now we're starting to get a little clustered at second and third base. We can't really move one of these guys to first base because 6'1", 6 foot, I feel like is a little bit too short. Does Saunders get moved to first base? Do we move Saunders back to the outfield? Let me know what you guys think. Because like these guys, one of these two could definitely move to third. They don't really have the arm, but like they could potentially be a third baseman or second baseman. We've got Volpe too, who I'd like to try to get into the team at some point. And then shortstop, we've got Poisson, we've got Allen, we've got Muncy, obviously Gavin Lux also. And then now looking at the outfield, we could potentially use an outfielder. So is that where Saunders maybe moves to one of the outfield spots? I don't know. I think we've got some question marks. Plus we've got this guy here who I think in a couple years could be a really good, like he's got speed, he's got a cannon, he doesn't field at all, but this could be a DH for us if his hitting develops pretty quickly. So we've got some options. But I think when I'm looking at it right now, yeah, maybe a little bit of, I'm thinking pitching, maybe a little bit of power at first base, someone that's just a little bit better than Seth Brown, maybe someone that just absolutely mashes righties, and then maybe someone to platoon with third base, because Arroyo's really good versus lefties, but we don't really have that guy that really excels versus righties. And like I said, catcher will just platoon the two that we have. But starters is my main concern. Pitching, main concern this offseason. Let's see what's available here. So we've got about $100 million to spend. I'm not going to spend it all. And at the same time, I feel like we can't really afford to go after Nola, Syndergaard, Musgrove, Tyone, Bassett, Gray, Eovaldi, Trevor Williams, Heaney, Scherzer, Joe Ross, Gibson. Maybe a Pineda. Pineda's in the market. That could work for us. Zach Davies, interesting one. Let's see if there's any other ones that kind of catch my eye. Not really. So I'm kind of looking at it going, how did Tyler Anderson do? Pretty good. That's an interesting pickup. But then I see these two. And I'm kind of looking at John Gant, a guy who just really hasn't been able to put it together in his career. Maybe we give him a 1-year deal. to prove that he can do it. I'm willing to give him 6 mil. If it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, well, then we'll just be bad again. But if it works out, then this is a little diamond in the rough that we have. The walks per 9 is low, and I feel like that's going to be an issue for us. But if it works out great, then we've got a great pitcher on our hands. And I also want to give Chad Kuhl a shot. Kind of similar makeup of what John Gant has, but if he can work out, then we've got someone that's in his 30s. He wants around 7 mil. Let's give it to him. And then I said I wanted to add someone like a veteran. Dallas Keuchel, James Paxton. I'm going to hold off on those guys because I think they're going to be guys that we can get a little bit later in free agency. But I like the Gant and the Kuhl so far. Relievers. Let's see here. I think these guys are a little bit too old. Michael Givens is interesting, but he didn't pitch at all this year, so that worries me a little bit. That does worry me a little bit. And then looking at this, Billy Shirley, who's this? 20 years old. So it looks like whoever drafted him didn't sign him. Do I really want to go after players who weren't signed? Kind of. I'll make an exception for this one. I won't do it for a lot of them, but that one I will do. And then let's see, is there like a younger-ish catcher that's got like C potential in here? Not really, so we're out there. First base, Brad Miller's interesting. 95 games, played pretty well, like really well. This is a guy, this might be a good pickup for us. That's a platoon that hits righties well. I'll keep that in mind. All right, who else? Whit Merrifield's an interesting one. He hits lefties well, so doesn't really fit what I'm looking for, but could be a guy we'd target. Matt Duffy's available. I'm assuming he'd be super cheap and really just hits righties well. 85 versus righties. Anybody else? Didi Gregorius. I don't know if I'm in on Didi Gregorius. Roger Sang only hits lefties, so I think we're kind of out on that. I said I'd look at outfielders, but let's see. Left field, Duvall and Margot's an interesting one. He's got really good fielding, decent speed, okay hitting stats. I kind of like it. 28 years old, so he's still got room to grow a little bit. JD Martinez, no. Ben Gamel's an interesting one. Let's see who else is available. Judge, Buxton, Marte, Kiermaier, Delano DeShields, Gallo, Mitch, Robbie Grossman. He usually does pretty well. Hits lefties well, switch hitter, decent fielding. Cole Calhoun, Polanco, Goodwin. Okay. Let's see here. Anybody? 28 games. Why did he only play in 28 games? A potential. 28 games. He's 29. This is like his make or break year, right? I mean, I feel like a guy that could be our big signing. And you're probably thinking, well, you just signed or you just traded for Mondesi. Well, what if we went Mondesi in right, because he does have a decent arm, right? We put Aquino in left, because fielding's not that great, but at least he's got a cannon, right? He's got okay speed. We still keep that bat. And then Buxton in the outfield. Our outfield's probably our weakest area in terms of prospects. And so if we do get a crazy prospect, like we decide to move Art Saunders back to left field, Aquino could always just play DH for us or be a bench bat. We put Saunders in left. We'd have Buxton in the middle and Mondesi in right field. And Mondesi's not even a guarantee. He might have a really bad year. He becomes a free agency at the end of the season and we let him walk, and then we just try to find someone else that replaces him. So we could be in the market for an outfielder and a guy who is looking to, get his shot to be an everyday guy. Only played 28 games last year. Didn't do well, so he shouldn't cost too much money. Crazy fielding, crazy speed. This is someone that I feel like if we give him a shot, does well, especially if he does well, like we just got to steal. He's looking around 20 mil, and that's only half. So what about 6 years? I'll give him 6 years. That'll make him 35. And then I'll bump it up to 22 because I want to make this deal happen. 22, I'll front load it so he gets more money now, and we leave it there. That gets him full interest. I think that's just too good of a deal to pass up. I feel like this deal just fell right into our laps. 28 games? That's almost like a storyline where he's got something to prove. Let's bring him in. And then now we have our 3 offers on the table, or 4 offers because we're including Shirley. And let's just see what happens. I feel like everybody else, we just kind of let it let it happen, and then we'll start picking up players as the offseason progresses. I feel like that's too good to pass up. Let's keep moving forward. Contreras goes to the Angels. That's not someone I want to see in our division. Chichi Gonzalez goes to the Royals. Edwin Diaz to the Padres. And this was the 40-man Buxton. There he is. Buxton to the Beavers on a big deal, 22 mil. Noah Syndergaard goes to the White Sox. Let's see what other moves have happened. Syndergaard goes to the White Sox. We've got Buxton, cool. Oh, so we did get Chad Cool. Ken Giles to the Blue Jays. Gary Grayson. I wonder who that is. We got Gant. Barnhart to the Cubs. Judge goes to the Phillies. Wow, we didn't get a notification for that. That's a big signing for them. Harper and Judge in the same outfield. Whew. Red Sox got Nola. Stassi to the Cardinals. The Astros picked up Gary Sanchez. Chad Green to the Rockies. And I think that's it. I think those are all the moves that have happened so far. Let's see if anybody... Oh, this was just the arbitration. So, I don't think any names are going to be popping up that would be of interest for me. Unless I see somebody, then I'll show you. But I think for right now, like I said, I think we wait to see what other names start popping up. And then we can get a better idea of who we can get. I know someone wants me to pick up Todd Frazier so badly. I can't do it. Maybe if he's a free agent once the season starts, I'll consider it. But for right now, I think I'm out. I think I'm out on the Todd Frazier move. Sorry, it's just we can't do it. I'm like looking at it as I'm talking to you guys, so like I'm like half focused in what I'm saying, but at the same time I'm like trying to see what names become available. I do like the Joe Ross idea. I just think with 2 seasons, especially like a career year right here, I think he'd be looking to go to a competitor, especially at the age of 29. I think I'm going to hold off a little bit more on some pitchers and some other players. So yeah, let's keep moving forward throughout the offseason. This is going to be the last day to offer arbitration, so I'm not too worried about it there. Let's get down here. Dansby Swanson goes to the Yankees. Musgrove goes to the Cubs. Gallo to the Twins. Trey Turner to the Marlins. That's a big deal from them. And then Twins get Tyone also. And then Kike Hernandez with the Dodgers. All right, let's see what other moves have happened. See if anything else we missed. Khalil Watson goes to the Pirates. So a top prospect didn't get signed by that team, and they went to a different one. Mitch went to the Angels, so another big bat within the division. Witt goes to the Yankees. Margot to the Marlins. Brad Miller goes to the Rays. That's an unfortunate signing. I was interested in him. And that looks like all the offseason moves. Okay. Ketel Marte's still available. I'm gonna avoid him. I feel like Buxton's the big move for us, and we shouldn't push our luck with going too crazy. Adolis Garcia, he's probably not gonna improve too much more. And Nick Heath, I feel like we're good on outfielders though for this year, right? Aquino, Hermosillo, we got De La Cruz still. We signed him, right? We did. Mondesi, Buxton, Moniak, Andujar, Trammell. I think we're good on the outfielders. I really do. Would more be bad though? You know what I mean? Would it be the worst thing to bring in? He is 29. If he was like 26, I would be in. Jordan Adams at 23. He played a little bit of MLB time. Okay. Lonnie White Jr. I know is a newly drafted guy. Not in like the say, but in real life. Same thing with Benny Montgomery. I'm gonna let them go to other teams because as good as it would be to have those top prospects, I just feel like it's cheesy. So I'm gonna let them go. And I think we're at the point of the season where we just let some of these guys get picked up, and then we wait until the Rule 5 draft, and then we can really see who becomes available, because I don't want to draft somebody and then lose them in the Rule 5 draft. So there are some names that I'm kind of interested in. So I'm gonna see what happens here, because there's actually some good names that have popped up here. It looks like Jordan Westberg lost some of his potential this season. But yeah, there's some good names. Matt Thaiss, I'm kind of interested in. Vogelbach, I'm a little interested in. Definitely one of these catchers to kind of help us out just in case of injury. Reliever, there's some names here that I know are in the Rule 5 draft. And then starter is Joe Ross. Okay, Joe Ross has got options, but I think we're gonna let's hold off for right now, because there are some good names. I just don't want to go out and pick them up and then they get picked up in the Rule 5 draft, because that would be a huge bummer for us. So Zach Rex, he looks kind of good. There's some good outfielders that could potentially help us out. So let's get to the Rule 5 draft. Let's see who gets picked up, who doesn't. Ketel Marte goes to the Tigers. And now we have the second pick. Alfaro got picked up by the Pirates. Looking at the outfield options, I think we kind of just leave it. Yeah, I don't really like any of these options either for the infield. Vogelbach, maybe. Catcher, I feel like we can just go and sign somebody. Reliever, though, I am interested in reliever. Let's see here. I kind of want someone with B potential. What about fastball, slider, sinker? He throws gas. 30 years old, hasn't pitched at all. Let's pick him up. We need some guys who throw with a little bit of oomph in it. So let's go and pick him up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to pick up any more actually, because I don't want to have to like force a player on the MLB roster and then get stuck with him. So let's leave it there. It looks like that's going to be it for picks. And now, looking at it, I definitely think we could still use another reliever just for the depth. So let's see here. Anybody like not dropping in rating by a lot? Him, but he's 35, so I'm afraid he is going to. Lou Trevino, I'm going to pass because it doesn't really look like he's... If anything, he's just going to stall out and go down. Blake Taylor, a lefty. What's the options looking like? Okay, hasn't pitched in 2 years. Stats look okay. See potential. Maybe. All right, what does he got? 1 year? Let's give him 1 year, 700. That should give me a chance. Let's go 750. I'll go 1 year, 750. Anybody else here? Michael Givens, maybe. I think that's kind of it. I think that's kind of it for possible. Ooh, Sal Romano. Be potential guy. Another one of those guys that could just help us out, right? Let's see. Tommy Nance. Reggie McClain at 28. Andre Scrub. That 28 walks per 9 really worries me. Wes Benjamin. I kind of like the... Where'd he go? Sal Romano. Let's pick him up for a season. We'll go 600K on him. And pitchers. There's some pitchers available that... You know what? Maybe we pick him up. Let's see. Ladwig, I'm out. No. All right. I think Keuchel. We see how he does in spring training. Let's see here. Or do we just go with the young guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because realistically, Thompson, Honeywell, and Morihone, I'm predicting 2 of them aren't going to be fully ready at the beginning of the year. So that would leave us with 1, 2. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one of those 3 fights for the 5th spot. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's leave it there. I did want a veteran, but let's see how the start of the season goes with these guys. Because 24, 27, 26, 24, 28. Yeah, those guys deserve to fight for that 5th spot. They definitely do. I think the bullpen, we've got some guys that we're kind of floating on having to fight for their spot as well. We've got some relievers too. Yeah, I feel like if we're going to add more pitching, let's go with relievers. I think the outfield, let's see here. What do we have? De La Cruz, I'm not really sure about. Sky Bolt, I'm not really sure about. Same thing with Florial. Moniak, maybe not. The Buxton signing, I'm ecstatic about, by the way. But like looking at the rest of them, I think I do want a really good righty hitting infielder. That is what I want. One righty hitting infielder, and I think I'm very, very happy with the way our offseason went. That's the word. Jonah Heim. I guess we could pick him up. What's the contract situation looking like? Sebastian Rivero. Ooh, I kind of like him instead. Actually, they kind of look identical. Maybe a little bit less hitting, but he's a little bit younger. And I don't just want to like constant. Yeah, let's go with, you know what? I'll pick up Jonah Heim. What does he want? It's going to be a backup, and we do need a backup. So we'll go 2 years, $2 million. And let's see, anybody else? I guess we could pick up the other guy too. What was his name? Sebastian Rivero. 1 year, I'll give him 80K. Sure, why not? Okay, so Vogelbach got signed, so that's unfortunate. Gurriel, I think he's what, 38. Just not gonna be worth it. Guzman, He kind of looks like Seth Brown, right? 61, 68. What does Seth Brown have? What does Seth Brown have? Where are you? 53, 74. So a little bit better. Vision, 53. Discipline, 69. What does Guzman have? 44, 73. Better glove, I think. I think so. Darren Ruff hits lefties better. Same thing with Abreu. Marmolejos, we could bring him back. That's a low risk thing, but it's not much better than... I don't know. I think I'm kind of out on those guys. Second base, I think I'm out on everybody here. Third base, Justin Turner. Interesting. Would be a really good platoon guy for us. Really good platoon guy. Wilmer Defoe. Let's see, who else? Brock Holt. Okay. Anybody else? Matt Duffy hits righties really well. But, all right. Anybody? Maybe a shortstop? Doesn't look like it. So, sorry. Whoa. Ooh, that one kind of like, you know, one of those that like kind of like tightened up your chest a little bit. What's the contract situation for Adams? I'll take that. I'm in on that one. And I think that's it. I think that one outfield move, that's an okay move for us. Anybody else? Isaiah Green's available. Isaiah Green would be someone that I would just look to trade to put on a team because he definitely deserves to be on a team. Just because he's a prospect that needs to get added to a team. Austin Dean, Delmonico, Cespedes, Braun. Okay. Infielder that hits righties. I think we go with... What's our first base prospects looking like? Not great. So bringing in maybe someone like a Guzman in case Brown doesn't do well is not a bad idea. Nagowski's not looking great. Plus he's got beat potential. All right, let's go 1 year. Let's go 1 year, $1 million. And then we're also gonna go Justin Turner for a season. I know he's 38, but that's the kind of guy that, you know what, if he doesn't do well, we flip him, right? We just flip him at the deadline. Or no, if he does do too well for us, we flip him at the deadline. Otherwise, it's like Wilmer Defoe or Matt Duffy. Those are like the two best options. Or is there someone on the trade block? I said I was gonna look to see if there was anybody on the trade block. No. Let's see. View trade block. I think that's too good for us. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it there. Any other... I have 41 on my 40, man. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to remove him. If he gets taken, he gets taken. And then I'm also going to remove Sky Bolt. If he gets taken, he gets taken. And maybe Jordan Adams too. Like, I like the signing, but I think he's more of a prospect to look forward to in the future. So if he gets taken, he gets taken, right? And then let's leave it there. I think we've kind of seen all the moves that have happened, right? Let's see. Any other big signings that we missed? I don't think so. I think we've kind of seen everything for the most part. Some prospects went to some new teams, but I think we've seen the big moves. Keston was available. That would have been an interesting one to get for sure. That would have been a good one. Joe Ross went to the Cubs. Patrick Bailey to the White Sox. Heaney went to the Brewers. Okay. So I think we've seen them. I think these are going to be like prospects and stuff. So, okay. Let's get to like past arbitration and we'll see what's available, and then we'll pick up our prospect, or maybe someone new popped up on the trade block. It doesn't look like it. So, let's finish it off. Let's get here. See what happens. And I think that's probably going to be it for us. I think. Same names. Schwarber, Schwarber would be cool and all, but I feel like that's too good for us. You know, I feel like that'd be too good of a window, like a off season. I just really do. Yeah, that's just one of those things. I just think it would make it would be too big of a off season for us. Justin Turner got signed. Okay. That's fine. Matt Duffy got signed, I think, as well. So that might have put us in a tough spot. You know what? Okay, you know what? Let's leave it open to you guys. Do you think Kyle Schwarber It'd be too good of a pickup for us. Let me know what you guys think. Because realistically, he only hits righties well, right? So like that would be this. It's a Seth Brown replacement, and then Dahlbeck stays at the DH, or Schwarber's our DH, right? And then Dahlbeck is there. We have Buxton in center, right? Third base is Arroyo, or we make Dahlbeck our third baseman. I still need that extra contact though. I really do. I don't think we have anybody in the farm system. Unless we call up like Volpe or Lassiter or somebody. Huh. Or Andujar. Yeah, Andujar too. Okay. Actually, let me know what you guys think of the Schwarber move. Or should we make another move for a first baseman? That's definitely a possibility too. Where we do make a move for a first baseman or a third baseman, realistically. Or like Andujar could play third base versus righties, and then Arroyo versus lefties, and we just leave it like this. I think the Buxton move was big, like a really big move, and I think that's a good signing. He only played 28 games. Let's give him everyday stuff. You got Taylor Walls. I think that's an okay platoon guy to have. Jonah Heim, Moniak. We've got Nido, Arroyo. Who else hasn't even been called back up? Hermosillo. We've got Jordan Adams. I don't hate that. The Angels don't want him. Let's give him a shot with us. Trammell still got a shot to be called up. Saunders. I mean, Saunders could get called up. Lassiter, Aguilar, Volpe. Guzman. I mean, we actually, you know what? I really like our offseason. I do. I really do. Yeah, I do. I like it. It's good. It wasn't too good. Like, it wasn't too good, but it wasn't bad either. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad either. So I'll give you a quick look at the remaining free agents, just to kind of see if you guys see a name that you're like, oh, you should pick him up. And if you see somebody like Jock Peterson, could we move him to first? I think he's tried to play first before, and it really wasn't that great. But I mean, Jock Peterson could be a guy we pick up too, to be like that extra hitter. But let me know if you guys see a name. I know I'm going through these kind of quickly, but I got to at least give you a quick overview of who's still available. Vaughn Grissom. Who does he play for? Who was he drafted by? Is this Marquise Grissom's son, by the way? He's for the Braves. Shortstop. How's he doing in real life? He's actually kind of nasty. Holy cow. Okay. That might be someone I'm interested in, actually. There are some B1s down here as well that look like they're chilling. Raquelbin plays for the Blue Jays, I believe, in real life. But you guys can kind of see the names here. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of interested on that Grissom pickup, by the way. That definitely is someone that I'd be okay with. But if you guys see somebody else that maybe we should pick up or would be of interest, put them in the comment section. I'm also like trying to see as we move through it. But I kind of like what we did. I feel like we did just enough, and it wasn't too excessive. You know, it wasn't one of those where you go, whoa, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, what are you doing? That's going to make the team too good. I think we definitely did a good amount. I think we maybe could have done a little bit more, and that's why I'm kind of leaving it open right now to a trade or a signing or something like that. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm open. Let's get to spring training. And let's leave it there for today. So depth chart, just so you guys can get an idea one last time of what we're working with. So Mondesi isn't a contract year. This is make or break. We might end up needing a new outfielder, right? We really might. Volpe's on the rise. It's same with Poisson. They're definitely looking like they're trying to break into the team. We've got our starters and our pitchers, along with like Gant, who's for some reason in the bullpen with Cool. The catcher situation is definitely a platoon job. First base is a little bit open. Third base is a little bit open. But for the most part, I feel like we're starting to get an idea of who we're building this team around. I like the Lux move, the Buxton move for sure. We've got Art coming up very soon. And then we'll start to see some of these pitchers come up too. So I think we've got an idea of what's going to be working with this team. And I'm excited to see what all plays out. So, yep, that's the team. I'm liking what we have. I really am. I think we've got something special brewing here, and I'm going to leave it there for today. So again, if you saw a name in free agency, let me know. If you see a trade that you want to happen, let me know. That's really about it. Maybe a first baseman, a third baseman. We'll see. We'll see. I think we did a good job, though. Give me a grade in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you did. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. That's it. Peace.